Hello students, myself Rahul Kotkar. In this video, we have to discuss the chapter Mechanical Properties of Fluids. It's our lecture number 5. In this video, we are going to study the different phenomenon related to the properties of fluid, say as to surface tension. So let's start with some diagrams that will occurs in nature. These phenomenons are very wonderful and which are associated in the nature with fluids. What you observe in this video, you observe here the spider walking on a steady water. Okay. Second thing, you can observe the spherical shape of soap bubble. Okay. Look at the animation carefully. You will observe that the soap bubbles are spherical in nature. Here, the greased needle floats on the steady surface of water. Practically, as you observe there, if you put the needle on the surface of water, okay, that needle will be dipped inside, or it will not float on the surface of water. But when it is a greased, okay, so at that case, it may be float on the surface of water under some circumstances. Again, you will find that there is a spherical shape of the bubble, or you may call spherical shape of the liquid drop also. So these all phenomenons are related to the surface tension. So we have to study in this lecture about surface tension. Now our topic is molecular theory of surface tension. So in which we have to study first intermolecular force. What is the intermolecular force? Okay, the force is of attraction between the molecules are called intermolecular force. Everyone know that a material is made up of small particle called atom, and atom combinedly forms molecules. So there is the force of attraction, means the molecule held together by a force which is known as a force of attraction, and this force of attraction between any molecules called intermolecular force. We know that in solid this force is a very greater, and so they closely bound to each other. In case of liquid, it is somewhat weak, so they are loosely bound, and in case of gas, it is a very weak, and so they are very apart from each other. In this manner, this is about your intermolecular forces. But this intermolecular force are of the two types. One is called cohesive force. What is the cohesive force? The force of attraction between the molecules of same substance, called cohesive force. Okay, means what? It is a force of attraction between the molecules of same substance. Say as to water, glass. Okay, what is this? These are the molecules of same substance. So in this manner, this is about your cohesive force. In case of second, that is adhesive force. It is a type of the intermolecular force. Okay, the force of attraction between the molecules of different substance called adhesive force. Okay, means in this case, what you observe, it is a force of attraction between the different substances. Okay, say as to water and glass. As you put the water inside the glass, so what you observe, the force of attraction between the molecules of water and water is called cohesive force, while force of attraction between the glass as well as glass and water molecule is what? Adhesive force. There may be the possibility of cohesive force, say as to glass and glass molecule. Understood? Okay, so these are the two types of intermolecular force. Okay, just simple to remember, intermolecular force is always attractive force. Second thing, it's have two types, cohesive force, adhesive force. Cohesive force is the force between two same particles or same molecules of the substance. adhesive force is the force of attraction between the different substance. Now we have to study some definitions related to the surface tension to understand the phenomenon of molecular theory. The range of molecular force. Okay, what is the range of molecular force? So as you know that every particle, or you may here consider molecule. So molecule have a force of attraction, that may be the cohesive or that may be the adhesive. So there is a certain range up to which this molecule can exert the force of attraction. Let's suppose I am consider that this is the particle, molecule. So this molecule is able to exert the force of attraction on a neighboring molecule up to a certain distance. Means what? If suppose I will consider that this is the one molecule, this molecule, okay, say as to molecule A. The molecule A can exert the force on this molecule up to this distance also. But beyond this distance, means at this point, it is not possible to put the force of attraction by molecule A on the neighboring molecule. So what we can say here, there is the particular distance, that is a maximum distance from the molecule up to which it can exert the force of attraction, or in simple word you will say that up to which the molecular force is effective. Beyond this distance, okay, in all possible directions, it is a three-dimensionally, okay, it is not a circle, it is a spherical body, okay, means along every direction what you observe up to this particular distance, say as to suppose x, or you may call here r. So up to this distance only this molecule A can exert the force of attraction on a neighboring molecules. This is a particular distance in all possible direction, and that distance is called as a range of molecular force. Okay, so remember the definition, the maximum distance from a molecule up to which the molecular force is effective. Okay, then next, that is a sphere of influence. So as you observe here, what we studied here, the particular range, means what? If suppose we consider the molecule A, which is considered here, there is a certain distance in all possible direction up to which, say as to distance r, up to which it can exert the force of attraction on these molecules. Okay, beyond that it is not possible to exert the force. So as you draw the imaginary sphere, with a molecule at its center, molecule is present at the center and the radius is equals to the range of molecular force. How much the radius? That is the range of molecular force. So such a kind of spherical body or spherical structure is called as a sphere of influence. Means in that sphere the other molecules can experience the force due to this molecule A. So this figure shows you the sphere of influence. Okay, again remember that this is not a two-dimensional diagram, it is a three-dimensional. Okay, as you observe it looks like a circle, but actually it is not a circle, it is a spherical body. Okay, and to understand this both phenomenons, that is a range of molecular force as well as spherical influence, a simple example is there. If you sitting in your class, your teacher can control only a particular class in which he is present. He cannot control the class in surrounding. Okay, means neighboring class cannot in control, or he could not control that particular classes. Okay, he just control the class in which that particular teacher is present. Okay, means what? There is a certain range up to which the force can be applicable. Okay, and that is nothing but your range of molecular force, and it will be under the sphere, under the structure of sphere, which is called as a spherical influence or sphere of influence. Next, that is your free surface of liquid. What about the free surface of liquid? So it is the surface of a fluid which does not experience any shear stress. Okay, as you observe in this diagram, you can say that xy is the surface. Okay, xy is the liquid surface. This surface is called as free surface of liquid. So why it is called free surface of liquid? Because it is a surface of a fluid which does not experience any shear stress. Okay, that particular layer of liquid which not experience any shear stress. Okay, means in case of example, the interference between liquid water and the air. Okay, means what? It is a interference. Okay, that is a particular boundary in between the water and the air. Okay, that is nothing but your free surface of liquid which does not experience any shear stress, and you can see in this diagram it is a xy. Next is your surface film. So what is the surface film? The surface layer of liquid with thickness equal to range of molecular force. Okay, the surface layer of liquid with thickness equals to the range of molecular force. As you observe here in this diagram, okay, this is your liquid layer which is called free surface xy. Okay, from this fixed surface we consider the thickness, okay, say as to equals to range of molecular force, as you observe in this diagram like this. As you observe in this diagram, that is what? Range of molecular force. Okay, so in this case, this particular thickness of the liquid layer, okay, which is equals to the range of molecular force, is called as surface film. Okay, in this diagram we will say that, okay, the figure shows us x dash y is nothing but your surface film. Means you can observe here this particular red line now indicates the surface film. Okay, simple. It is what? Thickness of a layer which is thickness of the surface layer which is equals to the range of molecular force. Okay, so next point that we have to study, surface tension on the basis of molecular theory. Okay, in this case let me consider here, you can observe this diagram. What you observe in this diagram, you observe there xy. What is the xy? Be the free surface of liquid. X dash y is the surface film. Molecule A, B and C are the three liquid molecules. Okay, these three liquid molecules are of the same liquid, means that liquid you taken inside this container, say as to suppose water, the three molecules are also of the same liquid. So what is the, here we have to consider that the molecule A is present deeply inside the liquid, while the molecule B is within the surface film and molecule C on the surface of liquid. You can observe these three liquid molecules. The molecule A is deeply situated inside the liquid. Molecule B is present in between the surface film. Okay, and molecule C is present on the surface of liquid. Okay. What about the molecule A? The molecule A is deep inside the liquid, so its sphere of influence. Okay, just we studied that. What is the sphere of influence? That simply, if suppose we consider this is the molecule A, so the particular surrounding, as we consider that, okay, we draw the range of molecular, we draw the sphere equal to the range of molecular force. okay, means whose radius is equals to what? Range of molecular force. So such a situation will indicate here, okay, what is that? That is nothing but your the molecule A, and this molecule A should be deeply inside the liquid and it is surrounded by all the liquid molecules. And now as you draw the sphere of influence, so it will be observed that this molecule A is surrounded by liquid molecules, and you can see that as all the molecules are present as a liquid molecules around it, so there should be the all liquid molecules are present around it, and that's why okay, and that's why what we can say, there is the application of cohesive force, or a cohesive force is produced. Let these arrows indicate here, as you observe in this diagram, okay, so this diagram shows us the arrows, and these arrows indicates that there is the application of cohesive force. Means what you can say, if suppose about this molecule in this direction you observe the cohesive force between this molecule A and other liquid molecule, so similarly along this direction the same cohesive force is acting, because this is also the liquid molecule of same type and this is also of the same type. So in this manner this force get cancelled by this force, and what you can say, in all possible direction the cohesive forces are get cancelled, and that's why the liquid molecule A as having a net cohesive force equals to 0. Okay, means what? The net cohesive force acting on a molecule A is 0. Then about the molecule B, what we consider about the molecule B, this molecule B is present inside the surface film, or you may call lies within the surface film. So as you draw its sphere of influence, so its larger part, okay, you can see in the diagram, okay, a larger part of it is present inside what? The liquid. So as the larger part is present inside the liquid and a smaller part in a air, so due to that what happens? We can see again here, let's suppose this is your surface film, okay, and this is your liquid molecule B, looks like this, okay. So a few part is present in the air and many more part is present in the liquid. So under this situation it will be exerts the cohesive force due to the liquid molecule along this same direction, liquid molecule, but what happens, this liquid molecule this cohesive force due to the liquid molecule and this one get cancels each other or balances each other, but the liquid molecules having the again these cohesive forces which are acting somewhat in a downward direction are not get cancelled completely, because here the less force is acting in the upward direction, and as here the air molecules are present, okay, which are very few, so there is the creation of adhesive force, and this adhesive force in the upward direction is very weaker as compared to the cohesive force acting in a downward direction. Means in short, cohesive force is stronger, adhesive force is weaker, so this molecule B, okay, will not experience okay, the force in the upward direction. So as a result the molecule B gets attracted inside the liquid, that you may call downward pull. Okay, what happens with the molecule B? It will be get pulled in the downward direction. Okay, now what about the molecule C? In case of molecule C, it is somewhat different from the both A and B. Okay, in which what you observe, this molecule C is present, okay, 50% of the sphere of influence, as you draw the sphere of influence around the molecule C, what you can say, okay, the molecule C having 50% of its, means half part, within the liquid and half part within the air. Okay, now which force is greater in case of this molecule? So look here, you can see that it is surrounded by the liquid molecule in the downward direction. Actually it is a very closed, means on the circumference of this sphere, okay, boundary of the spheres, not circumference, but I will represent it as somewhat away. And here the air molecules are present. So what happens in this case? These air molecules are having a density less as compared to the liquid molecules. In short, the number of air molecules are less as compared to the number of liquid molecules. Okay, and we also know that the adhesive force is weaker as compared to the cohesive force. Okay, so by both conditions, what we can say, as these liquid molecules are fewer in air molecules are fewer in the number, okay, adhesive force is weaker, then what we can say, the C molecule can also having the downward pull. Okay, that is a simple thing. As the result of this, what we can say, the molecule C also gets the attracted inside the liquid. So friends, what we can say, the result of these three molecules, as you observe the phenomenon here, you observe that the molecule A, which is present deeply inside the liquid, for which there is no force is acting, means the resultant force acting on this molecule is 0. Okay, second thing, for a molecule B, which is present in between the surface film or lies in between the surface film, in this case what we can see, we see that there is also the downward pull. Okay, in case of molecule C, which is present on the surface of liquid, in case of what we can say, this molecule can also experience the downward pull, means the molecule, okay, present above this x dash y dash. Okay, see here, this is your x dash, this is your y dash. Okay, above this, what is that? That is a surface film, means the molecule which are present in between the surface film, okay, or lies in the surface film or on the surface of liquid, are having a downward forces or downward pull. Okay, means what? Only the molecules which are present, okay, in this particular distance, say as to range of molecular force, or we call surface film, they experiences the downward pull. Okay, but the molecule below this x dash y dash line or surface, what they have? They have a zero resultant force or zero force of attraction. Okay, neither in the upward or nor in downward direction. Okay, means they are having a resultant force as a 0. Okay, so result of that, what happens, that we have to see. Because of that, we observe these things, therefore the molecules in the surface film are pulled inside. Okay, as I just told you, okay, these molecules of the surface film are pulled inside, that have a downward pull. Okay, second, this minimizes the total number of molecules in the surface film. Because of that, what happens? As all the molecules are get pulled in a downward direction, okay, so what happens? As molecules get pulled in the downward direction, the number of molecules in the surface film becomes less or decreases. Okay, then as a result of this, surface film remains under tension. Then what happens? As these molecules are moves in the downward direction, So simply what happens, this molecule, due to the motion of this molecule, surface film is under the tension. Okay, and the surface film of liquid behaves like a stretch elastic membrane, and this tension is known as a surface tension. Okay, just imagine that. Okay, as the number of molecules are moves in the downward direction, your liquid surface remains as it is. Okay, because liquid occupies the space as it have, or shape of the container. Okay, means what happens, this number of molecules are moving in a downward direction because of the downward pull or the greater cohesive force. Okay, and so that will be causes the decrease in the number of molecules in the surface film, and result of this what happens, that membrane means surface of the particular liquid get straight. Okay, means it will be get stretched and it will be under the tension. The stretched elastic membrane will behaves like a elastic membrane. Okay, and this phenomenon is occurs only in a surface or in a surface film, not deeply inside the liquid, and so this is called as a surface tension. Okay, so this is about your molecular behavior of liquid molecules. Now next point, that is surface tension and surface energy. In this topic we have to study the definitions related to the surface tension and surface energy. What is the surface tension? The tangential force acting per unit length on both sides of an imaginary line drawn on the free surface of liquid is called surface tension. Okay, now observe this diagram. What you observe in this diagram, you observe that there is the liquid surface is there, or container contains the liquid, in which we consider the free surface of liquid on which we draw the imaginary line. Okay, like this. And now we have to go through the definition. The tangential force acting per unit length on both sides of an imaginary line drawn on free surface of liquid. Okay, on this free surface of liquid. Okay, let here we consider on the free surface of liquid, what is that? The imaginary line drawn, say like this. Okay, and here the force is acts. So this force is a tangential force acting on the both sides of line drawn imaginary. So therefore this tangential force acting per unit length on the both sides of an imaginary line drawn of the free surface is called surface tension. Then next, that is your formula. So as per the definition, surface tension can be defined as, that is a tangential force acting per unit length. Okay, so therefore it's SI unit, force having Newton and length having meter, so Newton per meter is the SI unit. Its another unit is joule per meter square. Okay, how it should becomes, that we will study laterally. Then CGS unit is your dyne per centimeter, and its another unit is erg per centimeter square. So again joule per meter square and erg per centimeter square, how they comes, we'll study laterally. Now what about the dimensions? So the dimensions of this surface tension can be given by T is equal to force having dimension M1 L1 T raised to minus 2 divided by length. Okay, that is a L raised to 1. So both length get cancelled. What is there? M raised to 1 T raised to minus 2. Simply it is the dimensions of surface tension. Okay, then we can observe this chart. From this chart gives us, okay, the liquid different types of liquids are given. Okay, their surface tensions in Newton per meter and surface tension in dyne per centimeters are given. Okay, simply just you have to observe the numbers. Okay, water having 0.0727 in Newton per meter, in dyne per centimeter it should be 72.7. Okay, like this you have to just observe the number, and from that you have to just conclude that which one have the greater value of surface tension and which one have the lower value of surface tension. Okay, in this chart we can see that the soap solution have a very less value of surface tension, while the mercury having a greater value of surface tension. Okay, in both cases, in case of CGS unit as well as in SI unit. Okay, then next point that we have to study, that is surface energy. In case of surface energy, okay, we'll study in the previous case. Okay, what is that? To bring any molecule from inside the liquid to the surface film, work is done against resultant force. This work is stored in the form of potential energy in the surface of liquid. Okay, simple. As you observe that diagram in which we studied the molecular forces. Okay, so in that case, now what happens? There are the downward pulls due to this liquid molecules which are present in the surface film. Okay, when the number of molecules are moves in the downward direction, so some molecules will try to move in the upward direction also. So when these molecules are moving in the upward direction, because these molecules are moving in the upward direction, at that time they have to be done some work against the resultant force. Okay, what I say, when the molecules are moving in the upward direction, at that time they must have to done some work against the resultant force. Okay, and this work done stored in the form of potential energy in the surface film or at the surface of liquid. Okay, when a molecule is at the surface, its potential energy is greater, and when the molecules is inside the liquid, its potential energy is smaller. Okay, what is that? When the molecule is present in the surface film, for the molecules which are present in this surface film have the greater value of potential energy. Okay, but the molecules which are present below the surface film are have the smaller value of potential energy. So the difference between both means this surface film or the molecules which are present in the surface have a extra value of energy, and that is nothing but your surface energy. Okay, means in short what we can say, the extra energy held by liquid surface is called surface energy. Okay, you may call extra potential energy also. Okay, remember those molecules which are present inside the liquid have a less value of potential energy, while the molecules which are present at the top have the greater value of potential energy. Okay, so any system tries to attain the state of minimum potential energy. The liquid tries to reduce this area of its surface film, and energy is spent in order to increase the surface area of liquid. Okay, simple. When you consider the molecules for the surface film, okay, so the system will try to minimize its potential energy. And how the potential energy is minimized? Because of these molecules which are present at the top or in the surface film have the high potential energy. The molecules which are having a in the bottom have below the surface film have the low potential energy. So this molecule or the any system will try to attain the minimum value of potential energy, and when these liquid molecules are moved from the surface film to the inside the liquid, at that time there should be the decrease in the potential energy. Okay, means what? These molecules which are present inside it will try to move in the downward direction and will decrease their potential energy. Okay, then and opposite to that, what happens when the molecules are moves in the upward direction? So they will have to be done some work, okay, and they increase the potential energy. So here we consider that when these liquid molecules reduce the area, try to reduce their area of its surface film, and energy spent in order to increase the surface area of liquid. Okay, means what? This is the reason, okay, that we studied there in case of the why the molecules of the liquid or the drop of the liquid is spherical in nature. So reason behind that what is simple, they will try to minimize the surface area of contact. As they will try to minimize the surface area of contact, the molecules, okay, have a smaller area of contact with the solid. Okay, means it will try to minimize its surface area, and in similar way it will try to minimize its surface energy. So what is the unit of surface energy? So unit of surface energy, as it is a energy, it have a unit joule, that is SI unit, and its dimension is simple, that is m1 L2 T raised to minus 2. Just remember it. The molecules on the liquid surface experiences net inward pull. Okay, molecules on the liquid surface experiences net inward pull. In spite of this, if they remains at the surface, they possesses higher potential energy. As a universal property, any system try to minimize its potential energy, and hence liquid surface try to minimize its surface area. Means the things that you studied in this both topics or in the previous topics also, that collectively given in these 2-3 lines. What is that? Okay, for every kind of molecule, every kind of liquid, the molecules at the surface of that liquid have experienced the net inward pull or downward pull. Okay, so their surface will possesses the high potential energy, and as they have to be decrease their potential energy, so they minimize their surface area, and that's the reason formation of spherical nature of a liquid drop while falling the rain, as well as in case of, you may call the water falling from the tap. Okay, everyone know that in case of the a tap having a spherical drop like this. Okay, so means what? All these have this phenomenon related to surface tension. Next is when a number of droplets collates and form a drop, there is the reduction in the total surface area. In this case, energy is released to the surrounding. Okay, listen what I am saying. First thing, what is a droplets and what is a drop? Okay, so it's simple, a liquid drop that everyone know. Okay, when this drop is formed into the number of small parts, it is called droplets. Okay, a small part of the drop is nothing but your droplets, or droplets collectively form a single drop. So when the number of droplets are collates means to collect, okay, and form a drop, at that time there is the reduction in total surface area. Area decreases, and as area decreases, due to that the energy increases. Okay, so in this manner, when the number of droplets collectively together, they forms a drop. At that time the total surface area decreases and the energy released to the surrounding, and vice versa. Means what? When a single drop get break into the number of droplets, so at that time there is the increase in the surface area and energy should be taken from surrounding. So friends, in this manner we'll studied about the relation between the surface tension, surface energy, it's the definitions of surface tension and surface energy. In next lecture, we'll study about the relation between surface tension and surface energy and so on. So if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you for watching video.